Welcome to Pastor Andrew's Inspirations. If you enjoy these videos, please click on the red subscribe button below the video and the bell for more. Welcome to our online church, a congregation made up of many from around the world. No offering is necessary. Subscribing and watching videos will keep us alive under God's watchful eyes. Today we will be talking about biblical names starting with H, part 12. This part consists of 3 sections. This is section B. Hezron, one of David's mighty warriors, or the mighty ones. 37 men in the Hebrew Bible who fought with King David. They are identified in 2 Samuel chapter 23. Hezron. Hezron is a name which occurs several times in the Hebrew Bible. It may refer to a plain in the south of Judah, south of Kadesh-barnea in Joshua chapter 15, a son of Reuben, son of Jacob in Genesis chapter 46, a grandson of Judah, son of Jacob and the grandfather of Amminadab, great-grandfather to Nahshon. Nahshon was Elisheba's brother and brother-in-law of Aaron in Exodus chapter 6 and Matthew chapter 1. A man appointed by Moses as ordered by God to be prince over the tribe of Judah. He was the son of Perez, the son of Judah, son of Jacob in Genesis chapter 46. His family are further detailed in 1 Chronicles chapter 2, which records he had 5 sons by more than one woman. By an unnamed mother he had Jerahmeel, Ram, and Caleb. By Abijah, daughter of Makir, whom he married when aged 60 years, he had Segub and Ashhur. Ashhur was born posthumously following Hezron's death. And a tribal leader when Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt. He died in the wilderness. Hadai, one of David's mighty warriors, or the mighty ones. 37 men in the Hebrew Bible who fought with King David. They are identified in 2 Samuel chapter 23. Hilkiah. Hilkiah, meaning my portion is Yahweh, was a Hebrew priest at the time of King Josiah, 641 to 609 BCE. His name is mentioned in 2 Kings. He was the high priest and is known for finding a lost copy of the book of the law at the temple in Jerusalem at the time that King Josiah commanded that Solomon's temple be repaired. In 2 Kings chapter 22, his preaching may have helped spur Josiah to return Judah to the worship of Yahweh, God of Israel. Hilkiah may have been the same Hilkiah who was the father of Jeremiah of Libnah. As such, he would have lived in Anathoth, in the land of Benjamin, a father of an influential family in the kingdom of Judah. Hilkiah is attested in extra-biblical sources by the clay bulla named a Hilkiah as the father of an Azariah. The seal reading Hanan, son of Hilkiah the priest. Hillel, Hillel of Parathon, the father of Abdon, in Judges chapter 12. Hiram. Hiram the first, meaning my brother is exalted, also called Hiram or Huram, the Phoenician king of Tyre, according to the Hebrew Bible. His regnal years have been calculated by some as 980 to 947 BC, in succession to his father Abijah. Hiram was succeeded as king of Tyre by his son Belshazzar the first. Hiram is also mentioned in the writings of Menander of Ephesus in the early 2nd century BC, as preserved in Josephus's Against Appian, which adds to the biblical account. According to Josephus, Hiram lived for 53 years and reigned 34. During Hiram's reign, Tyre grew from a satellite of Sidon into the most important of Phoenician cities. It was the holder of a large trading empire. He suppressed the rebellion of the first Tyrian colony at Utica, near the later site of Carthage. The Hebrew Bible says that he allied himself with David, king of the United Kingdom of Israel. His artisans built David's palace in Jerusalem after his nature of the city, after his nature and capture of the city. The palace was built using Lebanon cedar. After David's death, Hiram maintained his alliance with David's son and successor Solomon, again as an equal, meaning my brother. Through the alliance with Solomon, Hiram ensured himself access to the major trade routes to Egypt, Arabia, and Mesopotamia. The two kings also jointly opened a trade route over the Red Sea, connecting the Israelite harbor of Ezion-Geber with a land called Ophir. Some schools of thought suggest that the land of Ophir was in the Philippines, or the port city of Sopara, near modern Mumbai or Bombay, India. According to the Bible, both kings grew rich through this trade. Hiram sent Solomon artifacts and architects, workmen, cedar wood, and gold to build the first temple in Jerusalem. Josephus says that he also extended the Tyrian harbor, enlarged the city by joining the two islands on which it was built, and constructed a royal palace, a temple for Melkart. Modern archaeology, however, has found no evidence for these expansions. King Hiram is a character in the time travel story Ivory and Apes and Peacocks, 1983, by Paul Anderson. Hittites. The Hittites were an Anatolian people who played an important role in establishing a kingdom in Khuzara before 1750 BC, then the Kadesh or Nesha kingdom, circa 1750 to 1650 BC. Next, an empire centered on Hattusa in northern central Anatolia around 1650 BC. This empire reached its height during the mid-14th century BC under Suppiluliuma I, when it encompassed an area that included most of Anatolia, as well as parts of the north or the northern Levant and upper Mesopotamia. Between the 15th and 13th centuries BC, the empire of Hattusa in modern times conveniently called the Hittite Empire, came into conflict with the new kingdom of Egypt, the Middle Assyrian Empire, and the Empire of Mitanni for control of the Near East. The Middle Assyrian Empire eventually emerged as the dominant power. Much of the Hittite Empire was annexed, while the remainder was sacked by Phrygian newcomers to the region after 1180 BC during the Late Bronze Age collapse. The Hittites splintered into several independent Syro-Hittite states, some of which survived until the 8th century BC, before succumbing to the Neo-Assyrian Empire. This is the biblical name starting with H, Part 12, Section B. Please stay tuned for Section C, continuing with the Hittite story. If you like these videos, please click on the red subscribe button below and the bell for more. Adonai Nisi, the Lord, is our banner. God's blessings be upon us all.